only on esportbf.com.
This map do favor that one side coming from C, just because of those spawns. That is C, right? Yeah, that close B spawn can be really nice, but the deficit on that side is that close spawn to B doesn't give you any cover at all coming to B. Like that's a wide open field you're coming through there. So you got to be careful. I think A side gives you the advantage if you can hold B. If you can hold B, I think A side has the advantage for sure, which is one upside.
All right, well, we're going to be seeing right now Insomnia, as he's going to go ahead, chuck his nade over there onto that Bravo flag. I'm really curious how this is going to be panning out. A lot of shots, though, are going to be going into the favor of 1UP. I mean, look at that kill feed. It is blue all day long. As Insomnia spotting out 2, goes for that dynamite play. Let's see that montage moment. Not going to be connecting with anything. I don't even think he has to, though. Strike and TDX doing just a fantastic job of killing everything that is there. Oh, and he gets the double with the Piat! He just snaps onto him like it was no problem whatsoever. Trying to get a shot over there onto the tank. Not quite connecting, but damn! Doing it in fantastic fashion, as they will be able to secure this B flag. Now going 2 up in flags on this map, and man, I tell you what, they are looking just as good as they were in the first time they played it.
Yeah, it just seems like 2EZ is one step behind all of these guns. Maybe they don't have their top slayers playing right now, I'm not sure, but for whatever reason, 1UP is just winning these team fights, these big team fights on flags they're winning, and 2EZ can't seem to break it.
Well, we are going to be looking at the tank so far. That's going to be Devastation. I'm curious as to what Zach is doing right now. Zach played very passive over here on the, over by the depot side, and it looks like he's going to be doing the same. So I kind of like this positioning that he's having. He does have a dedicated rep. I like that, as Voxus will end up going down. Now, if you are Devastation, you lose the positioning here behind the depot. You're not going to have that health. You're not going to have that ammo opportunity. What exactly, like, would you go up towards that B side maybe?
I think you got to try it, right? I think what you're doing currently is not working. You got to give it a try.
Ooh,
if
nice
it doesn't
shot.
work, it doesn't work. But you give it a shot, see what happens. It doesn't look like you're. I think that needs to be the play here. I think it has to be. What about you?
At the moment, I think a rotation has to come in. They are going to be losing C. They should be pushing over there towards that A flag. And I think that the tank would probably be better suited over there towards B to hold off a counter rotation, basically, coming in from that C flag. So we'll see where they end up putting these players. But there it is. We do see the players now starting to flood in onto A. Maybe a little bit slower than what we would like to see. 1UP definitely does seem a little bit faster on those particular types of rotations. Just now are we going to be seeing players starting to get onto that A flag. And we're already having the tank now backing on up to try and help that. Should be able to get maybe some splash damage going on. I don't think he's going to be able to kill out a whole lot of these players, but definitely getting that splash damage, making sure that they use those med packs, which is going to be critical. So A is going to be going down completely. We are going to be seeing a couple of players having to back on up from 2EZ. And Negative is now going to be making his way over there as well. Zach, you can kind of see his point of view here, getting onto the flag itself. At the same time, now this I do like. So again, you're going to be seeing another rotation coming in, but this time it's 2EZ who is the first one to make their way back in onto that C flag. So far, they've done a pretty damn good job of just securing that B flag and not really letting it go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good play from them. I think 1UP's kind of caught out here. They're out in the middle of nowhere. You look at all their players here. Like, you've got TDX kind of out in the middle of the street waiting for C spawns there. You got 2 more guys pushing B. They're also out in the middle of nowhere. It looks like 2EZ's got a hold here that they could hold for a while, given the chance.
Well, we are going to be seeing TDX getting real low. He's going to be hiding, waiting for his teammates to spawn in. Working here with his teammate in the tank. Nice pick up there, as he will be able to pick up Voxus. And I'm not seeing anybody else left up inside that building. It looks like C is going to be, for the most part, clear, except for Chain of Misery. The tank is backed up. And this is where I was talking about. I like where Devastation is sitting at, because it does allow him that long-range sniping ability. It's really going to be up to the infantry. And oh my god, there are 4 players down right here between B and A for 1UP, as they just get completely wiped.
Too Easy needs to go now. They need to rotate.
Yes.
They need to get going.
Yeah, like I said, they just seem like they're a little bit slow overall on their pushes. They've had a couple of good ones, but for the most part, they just kind of lack that, decision making. Okay, go now type situation.
Yeah, absolutely. They picked up all those frags on B, and then all of them kind of just stood there. I understand one guy staying there. Maybe you missed a guy. Maybe you're not keeping track. You missed a guy you're worried about back on. So leave one guy back to kind of hang out and just make sure nothing's going on. But like those other 3 guys need to get going. They need to be there faster. I don't know. That's a really slow rotation there, and I think it's gonna cost them here.
Well, let's see what's gonna be happening here. Chain of Misery is gonna be getting onto that C flag.
I don't like the look of that.
And they are gonna be winning out in the burns. Man, I don't know. It's just really there's not a whole lot going on. Both of those tanks don't want to commit too much, as they know that they're going to be potentially losing out quite a bit in terms of just map positioning. We are going to be seeing maybe a little bit of testing the waters here from Strike, and he is in a 1 versus 2 at the time. He's going to be able to come out on top. He does spot out 1, spots out 2, will be able to pick up boxes, but he is on fire right now. He is going to be able to get that med pack. Oh, doesn't even need it though. He says negative. Sit down, bro. You don't even belong here. As he'll pick up both of those kills. Now immediately pushing in onto that B flag. Has he been spotted out? Yes, he has. But you know what? He's got the tractor there for a little bit of cover. His teammates now starting to push in. It looks like from the building side onto that B flag. So they are looking like they potentially are going to make a fairly decent stand or push here onto that B side. Oh, look at him! Look at him just take the head off. Ripped it right off there. As a Strike looking so damn good with this new medic weapon.
Yeah, Too Easy's, they're just, they just seem a second slow. Just a second slower. Like, slower in the gunfight, slower in the rotation. They just seem a little bit off. Like, 1UP is just doing everything just a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of showing. Like, Devastation's over here, he's a lot more active than Zachary, I would say. He's got a lot more movement in his tank. But I don't know if he's getting quite as much value from it. I just like he's going back and forth, but he spends a lot of time going back and forth.
Yeah, I think the problem maybe is he's too much of in a defensive stance as opposed to an offensive stance. If he was moving that tank back and forth between B and A when they owned B, maybe that would help out quite a bit because they're going in for an attack, and those players have to go through him in infantry in order to get to B. Whereas where he's sitting at now, or at least where he was sitting at before, which was between C and B, which is more of the defensive side of things, he was just preventing the team from going any further from C. He wasn't really allowing for an attacking position whatsoever. So yeah, maybe if he gets a little bit more aggressive, or if he just gets on the other side of some of these flags, he can do a little bit more damage. Now Negative making his way over onto that Charlie flag, and he does spot out the tank, so they know exactly where that guy is going to be sitting. And I have to say, honestly, I like how Zach is playing this map. He's playing where you would think the tanks should play, which is on that lower side by the depot, just kind of going back and forth from the 2 flags, and he has all the room in the world in order to move around it.
Absolutely, and back there he's got those rocks. He can play around. He's got the depot. Like he's in a really good position just to keep firing and to see whether or not his team has it. They can't really push him. Like, the other team can't really push him way out there. Like, he's got a huge way to retreat. Like, that constant maintained fire. And if they need it, spawns on C is big. Like, really big.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's another thing, too, is that tanks now allow for a lot more spawns than what we may have seen, in the past. It is your best bet here to try and get infantry players back in onto those flags. It is going to be rock solid, takes quite a few hits, and you can spawn in a hell of a lot of players all at once. We do see a Ricochet now coming in, Devastation getting a lot of shots coming in before he can really do anything at all. Ooh, he's getting low. He is getting low nerve. I think one more shot should be able to take him down. That is going to be a slight little miss there. Got some splash, but yeah, Devastation had to get on out of there as he was getting very low. And now Revelation also getting picked up. So yeah, this is constant harassment. They have to kill Zach before they can get C. Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
And what they need to do, I think, right now is just go hard, ride it onto that A flag. They just need to get it. You know, commit a lot of resources to it, make Zach get completely out of position, and then maybe push Devastation up on the backside of C. But he's got to play that backside of C. He can't be playing on the safe side next to his spawn.
I agree, and I think in this situation here, you've got this just constant movement from one up that's enabled here by the positioning on their team. They've kind of got control of that whole road. Like Too Easy, I would say, has more map control in most situations. Honestly, they've got like B, they've got all the field open, but one up here controls that whole back road, which means they control A, they control C, and they control all the movement between the flags. And I think that's more valuable here. Like Too Easy hasn't lost B for a long time now, but it's not getting them any value.
I don't think that one up wants it.
I don't think so.
I
Which is
think
smart from them.
They've been making some attacks on it because, I mean, what are you going to do if you're the other squad and you're just sitting on A? You know,
exactly.
Nothing. I mean, so you're going to make those attacks, but I don't really think that they're really too worried about it. They've been able to control C. They've been able to control A. Zach has been doing a fantastic job bouncing in between the two. They know that they can get those reinforcements in whenever they want. Oh my God! When you can get turnarounds like that from Matt, oh my God, that's just embarrassing.
Oh boy, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think that Too Easy maybe came into this round saying to each other, we got to hold B this round, because last round they struggled holding B and one up held B a lot of the time, and so they did a good job, but they haven't had either of the other flags the whole game. Like one up altered their strategy completely, and it worked. It paid off really, really well for them.
All right, well, let's see if Cashcore can hold on here. He is in a 1 versus 3. Oh, he does get picked up. Did his teammates spawn in? It does look like we have Madness. No, he's over here on the A. Does look like yeah, both of those players are sitting on the A. So nobody over there on that Bravo flag. I was kind of hoping maybe we'd had a pretty hellacious fight there on B. But now we are going to be seeing once again one up. AC hold. Where's the tank at? I don't think Devastation is really in a position to push. There we go. We got a 4-man or 3-man push with the tank coming in. A lot of rockets are going to be coming. We already see the dynamite out. Oh my God, Devastation is going to die so fast here.
Yeah, and one up is just there at this point. They're just doing everything right. They pushed to B, they got B, and then Too Easy came and said, "Well, we want B back." And okay, and they just left. They didn't come back, which is fine because they still have this two home flag hold. Like they don't need B, and Too Easy keeps going for it constantly.
Yeah, Devastation now. He's on fire. He's backing on up. There's not much. There's nothing that he can really do there in that situation. He is pretty much a lame duck. It's almost like just get out of your tank and go as an infantry player.
Honestly, sometimes, and I admittedly haven't played enough to really understand the value, but in some situations in this game, the way tanks go down so easy and how passive they sometimes have to play, when you just need another guy on the flank, it's almost better just to put another guy on infantry. Like when you're just getting harassed constantly, like, sometimes you think it's just better. I don't know.
Well, we're not going to have to worry about the tanks here on this next map because there are no tanks here on Rotterdam, and this is probably the well, I don't know, man. This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. I have the feeling that if we see the play happening like it did last time, I mean, what would you do if you were the team leader right now for Too Easy? What would be your breakout strategy here?
I think if they were maybe up by 100 tickets instead of like 140 tickets, I would say let's try something weird. Let's try to catch them off guard. Let's all push their home. Let's go on a weird flank. Do something different. I think at 137 tickets, I think it was. Yeah. I want to say just like mass rush B, try to get that first hold and go from there. Because at 137, realistically, that's about a push and a half. You get one full push. And that's the unfortunate part about how many tickets that was. One full push and the game could be over. So
you're absolutely right.
I think here, like what do you do other than, we got to mass rush B and win our gunfights? Because I think that's the only hold you can get on Rotterdam here that's gonna burn the enemy tickets as much as one up burn them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they well, not only that, but they have the slightly. I would say that one up has the slightly better side in terms of not being spawn camped.
Absolutely. No, I think the unfortunate reality is that Too Easy maybe had the advantage going into last round,
Yeah.
and One Up still floored them. So
All
it'll
right.
be
Well,
interesting.
here we go. We're gonna go on board with Strike right from the start. See what he's gonna be able to make happen. He was doing pretty good there in that last round. He'll be able to get onto that B flag. He spots out one, maybe get a little bit aggressive on the other side of Bravo. But honestly, if, yeah, he's just going to go ahead and continue on. Madness, though, should be able to pick him up, as you can see him on the other side. Voxus is also going to be able to pick up Insomnia. And AIM is going to be able to take down Blitz, and that's looking blue all in your kill feed, so not too damn bad here, as B still in their
Not
favor.
terrible. I really like what Too Easy did there. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but they did from the overhead views. They had guys go almost past B towards C and then turn around and shoot back at these
Yeah.
1-up guys that were stuck in the middle. I don't know if that was on purpose, but it really worked for them. It was really smart if they did, because it completely screwed 1-up up. Like, they didn't know what to do. They had to shoot both directions at once.
I agree. It does kind of put you in that weird crossfire. We are going to be seeing Voxus getting those revives coming in. Another change here, guys, in this particular game for competitive, as we haven't seen in the past, is the fact that you can revive without being a medic, as long as they're in your squad mates. That does change the way pressure can work in this game as to where those infantry players are going to be at. So that's another factor that's coming in here for this map. But you were absolutely right. Look at this. Voxus has them in such this weird, like, I'm not a spawn trap, but just this weird crossfire.
Absolutely, and I was reading chat earlier the first time we played this map, and a few people were saying how strong Too Easy is at this map. So, as much as they messed up the first round, maybe that's all it was. They just messed it up, Maybe this is going to be the Too Easy that people are saying are really strong on this map. We'll have to see, they don't have a whole lot of room to spare. Like, they're already at 154.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot to work with, I would have to say. Fox is still doing a fairly decent job, just kind of holding them back, but he is going to be running out of ammo fairly soon. He's got probably about 2 mags left, and that is going to be it. I think he's going to both his Fiats. But oh, nice shot there, as he will be able to take down Strike. Looking for a second kill coming in still. Oh, the headshots! Oh, he's going to get a third! Can we see a fourth here, Voxus? Come on, light up that kill feed, buddy, as he is just rolling in the deaths of the other team. And this is just, I mean, this is so strong. I love this spot right here for him.
If you're 1-up here, you got to realize what's happening, and you got to come behind. You got to force Voxus to shoot at you. Like, you got to push him on the right, because he's got this huge. And now 1-up is doing that. They're gonna make a big push on the right to B. They have a really good chance of doing this because Too Easy's got like a whole squad back trying to defend their home flag here.
Well, we'll see, because Voxus, he's got fresh ammo. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go.
He's already set up and watching. He's going to be able to spot out 2 of these players. He gets the assist onto 1. I love the positioning here from Voxus. He's constantly backing up and just allowing the players basically to come to him inside his angles. He's not forcing the issue. He's letting the other team make the mistakes. And now they stop that push cold. This is so damn good right here. But the problem that we got to point out is the fact that it's 148 to 97. We got to see a 3-cap come in.
Yeah, they've got 10 tickets to work with. They can't afford to die. That's the problem. No matter how the team fights you win, you have to literally revive everybody. Everybody has to get back up again, because there's going to be more team fights than there are tickets they can afford to lose off gunfights.
Oh my God, Voxus finally goes down. He was 10-1 before they were able to take care of him. Revelation AIM is also doing some really good work as well on the other side of the map. We are going to be seeing B starting to tick on down. I believe this is the furthest that it's actually ticked on down that we have seen all game long.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be the end of the game here. I think the last hope is Chain of Misery's making a run to C, but I don't think he's going to get there in time.
I don't see that happening. AIM does end up getting picked up. We're going to go on board right now with Madness, who is on that Bravo flag. They have been able to get that capture in their favor. 138-286. Of course, guys, it is not going to be the map total for 1-up, or I'm sorry, for Too Easy. They are going to be losing it. 1-up, though, will be able to take this, put it in their back pocket. as we move on to our next map here, after this match is going to be concluding, but we're going to go ahead and play this out and see what it actually does. C flag is now going to be getting contested as well. And yeah, so, I mean, that was a completely different Too Easy that we saw there in the very start. I think we can all agree to that. But here's the question that I want to pick up. Where was that Too Easy in terms of the fragging ability on a Ross?
Yeah, you know, I think, and I'll take a look at the scoreboard now. Well, we're still relatively decent in the game, but you look at it and it's like, Revelation Aim is 7-3, Voxes is 10-3, you know, Jose DeCoin 6-2, negative 6-3. Like, where were all those scores on the other maps? Like, where they just like heated up now when it's too late.
Yeah.
You know, like Voxes was single-handedly keeping them in the game there on Rotterdam for like 4 pushes in a row.
Yeah.
But like, where are those frags on the other maps? You know, what happened to them? Like, it doesn't all come down to gunfights, but you know, when you're on the losing end of them all the time, it's hard to hold flags.
I don't know. I would kind of disagree with you there, because the gunfights allow you to have positioning, and positioning is what's winning out on these fights.
Yeah, you know, I just think like Too Easy's turned it on too late. You know, obviously now because they lost Eris, they lost Rotterdam, so technically the match is over. It's 1-1 up. You know, I just think like I'm looking at the Too Easy team and they've got good players on the team, but maybe just a bad day. I don't know. Just a bad few rounds. I don't know.
Well, I hope that they end up playing Hamada. I would love to see that map being replayed because it was so close there on that first playthrough. It was at 14 tickets if you guys did not tune in. Very back and forth. Probably one of the most back and forth maps that we've seen so far, even on Aras. It was just insane how many times those flags were trading in the rotations that were coming in. So definitely hoping that we are going to be seeing that. 113-270, we are going to be seeing one up, as again they have won the map, but they're going to be continuing to play this out. And you know, another thing on this particular map as well that I'd be kind of curious about is to see how a recon would actually play in here. I don't think we've seen any recons except for Zach play, he did on that first map, but I would kind of like to see what they would do with the spawn beacon, how that alters this particular mode or this particular map.
Right, and I think, excuse me, I think the spawn beacons, people want them banned because of the, you know, not having to maybe place as much pressure on winning those gunfights. But I do agree with you. I want to see the benefit that a spawn beacon can have. I really think it would just speed up these games a bit. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
I think like because once you get your home flag and the B hold, especially on Rotterdam, it's kind of like you just sit there and you hold, which is kind of exciting to play. Like I played in a couple, and I didn't do that well, but it's still fun to play, you know. But maybe with a spawn beacon where you can like go back and cap the home flag, it forces people to move more, and I think that's interesting. I think that's fun. Maybe that's more geared just to us. It'd be interesting to see what everyone else thinks, but I think the spawn beacon just adds another layer of dynamic to the map. You know, you can't just dig in and hold. You have to be able to rotate.
I don't know. I think because I see the spawn beacon being used. So it sounds like you're saying it's more of an attacking tool, but I see it as more of a defensive tool, because one of the problems that I've had with regular Conquest, and to an extent with this particular mode as well, is where the spawns are at when you spawn on the flag. I feel like they're just way too far away, especially when there are players actually on the flag and you're trying to defend.
Absolutely.
But if you have that spawn beacon and you're able to spawn on the flag every time, that changes the whole game. The defense all of a sudden is like 10 times better than what the attackers can do, just because they can spawn right where they need to, right then and there. I just see it as like a really powerful defensive tool. I'd be curious to see how teams would play with it and around it in that situation.
Absolutely, I think it would add just another layer to the game. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the teams don't seem to want it.
Oh, I can understand why they wouldn't.
Yeah, and
coming from Battlefield 3 back in the day, you know, we banned the spawn beacon early on for 5s and for 8s as well, just because it was such a frustrating tool to have to deal with, and there was a lot of glitches as well. You know, you could put it in certain rocks and certain areas
rocks,
to where
places,
you couldn't actually kill it.
I remember those.
So,
Yep.
but
Back in the day.
yeah, I mean, I think every competitive scene that I've ever seen, except for WEL and I believe it was Simthic's competitive league for Battlefield 4 and 10v10s, the spawn beacon has been banned. That was the only leagues that I saw that ever allowed a spawn beacon.
Yeah, yeah. It's too bad that I agree with some of the gentlemen's agreements that are going on. Like the DMRs, I do think are pretty broken.
Oh my god, dude! On PC, they are nasty. You can
Yeah.
easily beat an STG with a DMR. Like I was Turner
Yeah.
using the Turner the other day and just demolishing kids with them up close.
Yeah, like that's I think the big one that people don't like is the Turner, especially even on PS4 people hate it, which I understand. Like you don't want to play with that, not fun to get smoked. I get it. But some of these gentlemen, it's too bad just because you'd like to see how some things interact. Just see like if they're crappy, they're crappy. But it would be nice to see just how they play it, see if they add a different element to the game. Because to me, I like the rotations. I like that being like a valuable part of the team. Where like. You might not be winning the gunfights, but if your coordination is good, where you get the right guys going to the right flag at all times, I think that's interesting as well. But I obviously understand why beacons are banned, right? You get it, but yeah, it would be interesting to see.
Well, it is 31-34. If you guys are just tuning in, we do appreciate it. This is the PlayStation 4 Test Cup for Squad Conquest, hosted here by ESB. You guys definitely need to hit that follow button down below. And if you're feeling generous and you're also hooked up on Amazon Prime, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It does help us holding future events, making sure that the stream is of better quality, making sure that we can provide you guys a better service in terms of getting these events and these tournaments running. So definitely, if you have that option, please feel free. We would absolutely love to have your patronage in a subscription. But definitely hit that follow button down below, as well as share it out there, and make sure that you do check out the links below on the channel. Go to the website, and if you guys want to get involved in any of this stuff whatsoever, we are going to post it up on Twitter as well as the Discord as to when signups are going to be happening, if they end up happening, what's going on with it, any kind of feedback that's going to be coming in from these modes. Definitely do get involved in the community. But we are just about to end out here on this map. We've seen some really good gunplay coming out here. Unfortunately, too little too late, as Too Easy did officially lose this map a little while ago. They weren't able to cap or get enough tickets on it, as they did lose previously on the other side at 137-0. So they did officially lose this particular map. But we are going to be heading into Hamada. I believe we'll play that no matter what. And they do have an opportunity to take at least one map in this best of 3 series, as that did come down to 14 tickets. And as we stated before, that was one hell of a match. So definitely looking forward to that, as we are definitely going to be winding on down. Now, as I said before, definitely make sure that you guys follow, share, everything like that. We do appreciate that. But I'm going to ask the admins here, and okay, get my ads here just a little bit. Boom, there we go. I'm going to ask our admins here and just get the information from them. But I know that there's been a lot of people that have talked about, hey, what platforms are you guys doing things on? I know in the past that we've done stuff on Xbox. I know in the past we've done stuff on PC. Right now we're focusing on PlayStation 4. So I am sure that they'll probably give us the information as to whether we'll be expanding this out or not. Unfortunately, this game mode does end in a few days, so we're not going to be able to have another Test Cup next weekend, which would be fantastic. But we do have some more matches going down tomorrow, which are going to be definitely some really good ones that you guys want to tune in and watch. So definitely stick around tomorrow. Make sure you show up for that. Another reason for you to follow as well. But now we're going to be heading into Hamada. And did we get any confirmation? Are the teams definitely going to play this, Nerve?
I think the deal was to play 3 total maps for sure. It'll sometimes teams aren't happy after a couple,
Oh, I know.
But it looks like Too Easy. They're all still here. All the guys are still here for both teams. So it looks like maybe we're gonna go live with Tamada again. From the looks of it, still got it up. Yeah, they're still here. I think we're playing it.
All right, so nice. Well, we're gonna go ahead and flip the names around. All right. So last chance here for Too Easy to get a map. Here on Hamada, we have swap sides. We saw some pretty good rotations coming out for both of these teams. And I just think there at the very end, maybe it just came down to a little bit more fracking power, as the deaths were definitely starting to stack up against them. But in terms of tank, let's. I want to go on board. Do we have the tank actually? Ooh, wait. Is there no tank coming out right now for Too Easy?
Zachary's coming out.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
Just a bit delayed.
Just a little bit delayed. I was about to say, I was like, this is interesting. Like an all 8-man push. No tank's gonna be coming in. Zach is still way behind. It looks like he's going to maybe go over there towards the east side of that B flag. But in the meantime, we are going to be seeing Blitzkrieg, which I love watching this guy play. He is going to be getting that incendiary down. No kills are going to be coming in for him, as he does get wiped up there. And we are going to be seeing now Cash Core setting up on top of that Bravo flag. He has spotted out the tank. They know exactly where it's going to be at. And we should be seeing one up, I believe, clearing this flag. No, it does look like there's 2 players sitting down below, being able to do quite a bit of work, but eventually they do get crossfired, and the revives are going to be coming in. So nice team play coming up for one up, as they will be able to get control of this Bravo flag here in just a few moments. But oh man, I may have spoke too soon. There is a lot of action happening here onto this particular flag.
Yeah, you know, I think this map is. I would say probably my favorite one that these two teams have faced off on so far, even more than Eris. I think here it'll really Too Easy definitely picked up the frags on the second side of Rotterdam there. They were definitely picking up more when they were in the hold. It'll be interesting to see this map now if Too Easy keeps up that ability, because I think the rotations are still stronger than one up.
Oh
I just
my
think
god.
they picked up the frags.
AIM here just did a tremendous amount of damage there to the other team's tank. They were able to take it down. I think it was about to 30% health. Yeah, 21 health. He's trying to get the reloads coming in. AIM does end up going down. That's going to be Zach getting that long range shot, playing very passively. Didn't freak out there, which was definitely good for him, but unfortunately no help there from AIM in order to do anything at all. Devastation, though, stuck on the other side of that Bravo flag. He's not really going to be able to do much in this situation. You know what? I do want to talk about something that we haven't actually mentioned at all, and that is the tank setup. So as you can see there at the bottom of your screen, that is the gadgets that the tank is using, or the specializations that the tank is using. And we are seeing the regular cannon, the MG, and the canister cell. And that seems to be the standard here for all of these players.
Yep, I would say so. From the little I know, I would say definitely it seems to be the standard.
And I really like that, because it does allow you that kind of, you know, that canister cell is a bit of a, well, you know what, I'm not too good with the MG, but we're just going to throw a bunch of crap out there and hope something sticks. And then you have that MG, which can get that super long range, you know, trying to get that head off of the head glitch or whatever it may be, that you can connect with those at. So it's really interesting, because they've given a lot of power to the tanks here in terms of infantry killing. I almost would like to say more so than what we've seen in past games.
You know, I really think so. I think, and I like this personally. I think that they've turned tanks in this game into kind of like a glass cannon. You know,
yeah, I agree.
It does like a lot of damage, and if you can play it well and effectively, you're gonna impact a lot. You're gonna really help your team. But you know, make one mistake, make 2 mistakes, you're down. You know, that's all you get. And yeah. I personally like that. I'll probably catch some heat from actual like tankers, because they probably don't. But I personally really like that. I like that you're forced to play in a style where you can really impact your team a lot, but you also really have to be careful. You can't get carried away. I personally hated BF1 tanks, where like you could hit the thing with a bus and it wouldn't do more than 5 damage.
Well, I think that my problem is I don't mind the tanks being, and I honestly don't think that the majority of the community would mind with how easy it is to damage tanks and kill them, if the mobility of the tanks were better. If the mobility of the tanks were, you know, 3 times as good as what they are now, if the turrets would turn faster, if they would move faster, if they had a little bit more, if they had better control, I really don't think that most players would mind that are tankers.
I agree.
But the problem is that tanks are just so slow and cumbersome that, yeah, you don't want them to be this just massive, you know, bang bust that we saw previously in Battlefield 1, which was just, it was horrible to play against, and it was very boring to watch, and It just wasn't very fun. They kind of took one side of it way too far. They're like, oh well, infantry has problems killing him, so we'll just make them, incredibly easy to kill. But they didn't change anything with the mobility of it, and I think that right there is really the key, is the mobility.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. I agree 100%. The speed of the tanks is really an important factor as well, because when you get a slow tank that's easy to kill and good at long range, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have two tanks that sit at the back of the map where they have no threat to them because they're going to die in 2 hits, and they're just going to try to farm you, which isn't fun. You want tanks to be aggressive, right? So if you give them that the mobility advantage where they're faster and the turret can turn. I don't know what they tried to do with the turret in this game. I'm not really sure what they were going for there, but they have no mobility, they have no turning speed.
Somebody played too much World of Tanks.
Exactly. Like, I think if you increase the mobility, I think tanks will be great. I think it'll be really fun.
Well, we are seeing right now 107 to 113. Again, very close game. This is what we saw previously. Extremely back and forth. No team really had any dominant plays whatsoever. And B is just one hell of a hotbed. Too easy, though. They do have control. They have the slight advantage, which actually, this looks almost identical to the previous map. I mean, Too Easy was slightly ahead for almost the entire match. It was still back and forth, but right at the last second, 1UP turned it on. We might be seeing the same here, but oh my god, look at the deaths here onto that Bravo site. There are so many players clashing here onto B. It does look like finally Too Easy has managed to clean it up, but no, I'm sorry, that's 1UP who was able to clean that up, and now Too Easy is struggling to try and get onto that B site. At the same time, though, we did see that A starting to get contested as well, but we should be seeing a 2-flag burn coming in for 1UP. Oh, big clash going to be coming in. Madness not turning around at the right time. He does end up going down. That's going to be a full squad wipe there on his team, right? And now we are going to be having just A really much owned for 1UP.
Yeah, I think it's a close game, definitely. Just kind of like last time, but what was the ticket count last time? Do you remember? It was like 15.
It was 14 to 0 in favor of 1UP.
Of 1UP, right?
Yep.
So if you're Too Easy, you're just looking for that. You want a bit of a cushion, you just want a little bit of a cushion.
Aim. My God, he just basically told Strike, sit down, man. Don't even try coming up here, buddy. Just go away. He just demolished him. Got nice, really cool 2 kills as he's going to be able to finish up with a 3rd. He does get shot from some crossfire, so that's definitely not good. But, again, B is in their favor. They're going to be pretty decent position here in holding this. I like what Chain of Misery is doing, just waiting for a potential back rage. He should be able to catch it. Oh, no! No, he moves! The timing right there! Oh, I hate that feeling. He had him dead to rights. He still gets the kill, but very low on health now, so if we do see a big push coming in, he is going to be kind of out in the open, but with the tank there for backup, I think they should be okay there on C.
Yeah, I think this is really good for Too Easy right now. They've turned away a couple pushes. They're slowly increasing that ticket lead, and you really want that because you figure if 1UP's going to be able to, maybe take a push, right? And you don't want that to end the game for you by any means. So you want to have a few tickets cushion there so you can get the rotation back on 1UP to frag them out from wherever they're going.
Oh man,
so
look at it.
Really strong.
Oh, is this tank going to get bombed? I don't know if he knows it. Oh, he sees one. He sees Cash Core. But look at the assaults around here on Devastation. Devastation's going to get some dynamite in the backside. He gets at least 1 rocket. There's going to be a second one coming in. More dynamite are going to be hitting him. Oh my god, Devastation is so low on health. Dies immediately.
Oh man, Too Easy. They're holding it. They're still holding it. It's going to be I think it's going to be a big issue if this tank goes down. Like, while this tank is down, I think it's going to be a big issue. 1UP's got to capitalize here. I
just think it's got to be frustrating for him. I mean, he's got to be just, like, losing his mind. Like, no matter what he does, he just ends up going down over and over and over again. And, oh my god, look at this. The squad here from Cash Core is still going to be doing some work. They have managed to pick up 3 kills onto that C flag. They are now going to be winning out in the burn. A couple of shots are going to be coming in. That's going to be Voxus, though, trying to save the day. Yeah, his squad's going to be coming back in, trying to do some work. But there's 2 players left up and alive. Probably going to be seeing some spawns coming in. Yep, so it should be a full squad on squad. But they're not on the burn, and that's really the key here, is that they're not on the burn. So while they may be doing a little bit of damage here in terms of kills, they're not going to be able to actually affect the ticket count all that much. Voxus is going to try and come around here to the backside. And he might actually be able to get a good little flank going down. 45 to 86 right now in favor of 2Easy.
Oh man, this is tough. This is tough with your 2Easy here. They're picking up some kills now, which is good. That's strong. They're getting these kills, but they need to pick a flag and get there fast. 40 tickets isn't as much as 40 tickets looks like.
I think the mistake. Oh, madness! Madness! Woo! Nice quick 2 kills. Loving that. I think that the mistake that they made was they got off burn. They started fighting them off the burn. And really what ended up happening is you see the transition coming in. Now they're fighting on the backside of C while we have one up sitting onto the flag. They have the high ground. They have the better positioning. And Madness is just going off right now. He's picked up 4 kills so far in this life. He doesn't look like he's going to be stopping anytime soon. The guy is going off. And my God, he's got the ammo. Now the tank's going to be trying to come out. He has plenty of rockets, plenty of dynamite. And he might just be able to take down the tank. But no, the tank goes down even before he can come out. Again, devastation. Devastation only applies to his team right now as they are just getting devastated when it comes to the armor.
He's getting smoked. For whatever reason, 1UP has come out this round and just obliterated the tank. They haven't gone near him on the other 2 maps, but for whatever reason this last round they're just absolutely destroying it.
I honestly feel like right now the best play that we can see coming out from Devastation, put the tank down, go infantry. Just go infantry and start, because you're not getting any kills. You're not killing those players. You're not getting revives.
Yeah. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing in the tank. Like, it's not like even the tank's presence is an issue right now. He's going down as soon as anyone sees him. Like, just stay out of the tank, you know? I think that's the play.
Oh my God, what was looking like a very comfortable 40 ticket cushion is now just 6 tickets and no flag so far into the name of Easy. Voxus is going down.
Yeah. 2Easy seems to be the art of the choke here at the end of these rounds. I don't know. Like, what's this, like 4 or 5 rounds in a row now? They've had like the whole and lost it in the last 30 tickets.
Yeah, very, very true. I would have to say they've looked fantastic, and then all of a sudden, 1UP turns it on, and they just start out playing them.
Yeah, like at the end of the game, like the feed is all blue. Like there's no one on 2Easy getting a kill.
No, there is not. Oh my God.
How does this happen? I don't get it.
Zach is going to be playing safe over here onto Bravo. He should be A-okay with plenty of players there. Cashcore going to be coming around. He does take down Devastation. And Cashcore, though, actually, he could potentially get a flank going down. Looks like he's going to play a little bit more passive, but doesn't really need to get too aggressive. We got a couple of players coming in from spawn for 2Easy to try and make some kind of play, something happen. But these 2 guys sitting on A, they're getting collapsed on. Insomnia now going to be coming in from the right. Cashcore on the left. The crossfire is beautiful here. And I want to see if Cashcore is going to be able to finish it out. He does not, as he does end up going down. But does it really matter? I don't think it does. I mean, C flag is not going anywhere soon. Devastation now back up into his tank. I doubt that really much is going to be coming out of it. Nothing against Devastation, but I mean, take a look at it. You got Zach on one side, and you got Madness on the other. He's going to be getting rockets on one and a tank on the other side. There's really literally nothing you can do. Dynamite now coming in. He gets taken down. 13 hit. That's going to be another dead tank. Doesn't even get out of spawn.
I agree with you. Like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, the play was to leave the tank alone.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know. I don't know how that works.
Take a look at the scoreboard and see what's frustrating is look at like aim, Revelation aim. 22 and 9.
He had a great round. Great round.
Oh man. That is some kind of frustrating, that is for sure.
Only on esportbf.com.